Hey, what's happening, everybody? Chris here from Test the Speed Shop. Well, today we're starting on the clutch, and we've already kind of started on the clutch. So, figured I wouldn't bore you with all the boring details of removing the transmission, but it's out. Still got to pull the bell housing out of it yet, and see what's going on, see what the clutch looks like. We already see that the pressure plate's kind of rusty from sitting for so long, and everything's looking pretty good on here. Everything's pretty covered in scunge. I mean, it's filthy from just sitting so long, but everything seems to turn free and move good. So it was quite the had to beat this thing out of the cross member out of the damn car, because they have two pockets up in the floor, and it doesn't help you getting the transmission cross member out. So we got that out, and we got the transmission out. So we just got to get this thing cleaned up and you know, buy a gasket kit for it and reseal it, because it's leaking down out of these seals right here, which always seem to dry out. The reverse one not so much, but the forward ones seem to be leaking pretty good. And I'll probably put a little bit of, put the new gasket on there too. I wasn't planning on tearing the whole transmission apart, because everything seems to work pretty good. The shifter is covered in greasy shit, because when I first bought it, I lubed it up. Tried to lube it up as much as I could, but I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna soak that in a bucket of simple green and just get that all cleaned up too. So that's where we're at with this. One thing I want to show everybody is that, and I couldn't find any videos of this on YouTube anywhere, these bayonet style her shifters, the shift handle just slides down inside here. The way you get that out is you got to put a piece of shim stock, or what I used was a 17 thousandths feeler gauge. And you take the feeler gauge, let me grab one here. I had it out here. But you take a 17 thousandths feeler gauge and you slide it down. There's a clip. This is the clip that actually holds it in. I have to turn this transmission so everybody can see. Without dropping it all over the floor. There we go. And I don't know how well you can see. I don't know if there's any battery juice in my flashlight or not. Yeah, a little bit. You can see there's like a little bump in there, inside there. So what you want to do is you want to depress that. You put this down between the shifter and that little thing. And you're probably going to have to tap it down with like a little hammer or screwdriver, you know, just to tap it down in. And what that does is it releases that clip that just goes in that hole there, and you just pull this straight up. You want to probably put a little bit of WD-40 in there, or blaster or whatever, to try and loosen it up a bit. And you just pull that thing straight out of there. So, but I just thought I'd throw that out there, because like I said, I was looking online and I didn't see a lot of videos on it, on how to remove it. I saw a lot of message boards with guys telling you how to do it, but nobody actually kind of giving you a little bit of a tutorial on how to do this. But basically, when the shifter's in like that, you just push that feeler gauge down in here, release that clip, and just pull that shifter straight out. And that's how you get them out of there. So right now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull the bell housing off and get all that stuff pulled out, pull the clutch disc off, see what that looks like, inspect the flywheel, see what else we got going on, because I'm going to have to make a parts order, I'm sure, for some things that we're going to probably need. I'm not sure. I want to look at the pivot ball for the clutch fork, see what that looks like, because that might be pretty worn out too. I'm not going to know until I get the bell housing off. I did try to grease it. I kind of slipped some grease white lithium grease and stuff in there and tried to get it on the pivot ball because I was wondering if it was dry. I had done that over the summer just to see if maybe that's what was causing some of our chatter problem, but it wasn't. So, but let me get this bell housing off and then I'll bring you guys back.
You having fun?
Loads of fun. 30 years worth of sitting. Fun. Say case numbers. That's an improvement. Looks aluminum.
Good times.
Probably gonna have to scrub that some more. Huh? Okay.
Good times.
Camera waiting. You walking around the garage recording?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of my destruction.
Oh.
You should get in the
Yeah, I'll get up top.
new seals.
No, we can clean them out when we get the cover off. I'm not too worried. I'm just more worried about getting heavy shit off of it. driveway a little more.
You're gonna get your new kicks all dirty.
Well covered.
Yep.
Gonna take everybody for a ride in a hammer. That might be the best we're gonna get.
Just leave it in the truck, goes John's put it plastic. Did they clean them, buddy?
Yeah, I mean it's better. It's
Lighter than what.
It's way better than what it was. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure we're gonna get much more better out of this.
We'll have to do some serious work on that hill.
Well, we got the transmission sort of clean. As you watched the pressure washing video, and you saw the video from yesterday of how black it was, this is probably the best we're going to get. So, we ended up not getting back to you yesterday because we had a hard time getting the bell housing off. We also cleaned that too because that was black. The inside was black. But how about a time we went to pull the bell housing off, we had to use a 2-foot breaker bar to bust them all loose because somebody over torqued the bolts. We almost thought they were going to snap in the block. They were so torqued. It was bad. So we got everything cleaned up, pulled the shifter. Shifter's soaking in the bucket over here along with the clutch fork. Just trying to get all the greasy mess off of everything. So but that's where we're at right now. We got the clutch out. You can see the old throw-up bearing is pretty much done for. You spin it. I don't know, here, spin it, Tom. I can't spin it and hold the camera. Yeah, it's hangs up in spots.
Yeah.
Go one way or the other, it's just it's junk. So it's just completely worn out. If you look at the pressure plate, you put it up on end here, and you look down on the yeah, you can just kind of see it. If you look down, you can see that there's two fingers that are down further than the other on the pressure plate. So I don't know if they're bent or if it was just because it was sitting for so long.
Looks like we washed up some parts today.
This doesn't look bad. But the other problem we found is if you look at the flywheel, you got a really big lip right here. So I don't know. I looked on the Pontiac shop manual to see if it would tell me what the minimum spec was on the turning the flywheel, but I couldn't find a spec in the book. So this little edge here is probably at least 15 or 20 thousandths. So I don't know what you can turn this thing to. So we also have a little bit of cracking up in this area right here, plus this really hard lip. So I'm thinking I'm probably just going to replace the flywheel. So I can get one from Summit. Summit has one. And it's just a stock replacement. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing, just putting another flywheel on it. Because like I said, I just don't know what we can turn it to, and what a safe measurement's going to be on it. Because it's just, like I said, I can't find any specs with any minimum thickness. You know, and the other problem is if you turn it too far, well then you change your clutch and your pressure plate and your distance from your flywheel to your disc and stuff. I know they used to make shims back in the day. You could shim your flywheel out to make that up. So I think I'm just going to start all new and just be done with it. You might as well. I mean, you're already in there. So, but like I said, I just don't know how much. I just don't know how much we can turn that flywheel without running into problems, you know, with it. So, but we're pretty good. We just spent the whole day cleaned up the cross member, so it's covered in undercoating. This car was new. They Z-barred it, and half the transmission was covered. I think most of what we scraped off of there was undercoat. So here's the cross member. It'll come out pretty decent, good enough for what we need. It's not a 1,000-point show car, that's for sure, but a whole lot easier to deal with when it's cleaned up and isn't a big mess. So next step of the game, pull the side cover off, see what we got going on in here. And I need to order a gasket kit. I need to order parts, so I'll probably do some of that tonight. Get a flywheel coming. A couple other things I need to get. And then that'll pretty much be the end of it. It's just once we get parts, then we can start putting her together and get her done. Back on the ground. So, alright. That should be it for now. I'll come back with you when we got a couple more updates. Oh, Bill's here.
Yeah, yes I am.
Dragon Wagon.
It's out there.
Yeah. The all famous 455 powered Buick Electra estate wagon. There it is, hanging out at the church. So, alright all.
Sure is.
We'll be back when we got more to show you.
Stuff you don't